Executive Assistant Pauline Stavares possesses strong opinions. Her generosity in sharing them has her dubbed as the godmother of food knowledge by family and friends. She loves the farm-fresh, ingredient-driven menu and local wine list at her favorite spot in Healdsburg. It's called Zinn Restaurant and Wine Bar.
We're an American restaurant with a southern accent. My name is Jeff Mall. I'm the chef owner of Zinn Restaurant and Wine Bar in Healdsburg, and my partner is Scott Silva. Scott and I have known each other since nursery school. Our families were farmers together in the Central Valley. We both ended up at University of San Francisco in the hotel and restaurant program. We knew that we wanted to have an American restaurant, and we were opening in Healdsburg, which is kind of the epicenter of Zinfandel production. And at the time, Zinfandel was thought to be the only native American wine grape. So we started Zinn in 1999. Zinfandel wine is basically a casual wine. It's good for barbecues, and you find a lot of the flavors that work well with Zinfandel in my cooking. When we started our farm, the term farm to table didn't exist. We've been growing our own ingredients for over 12 years now. I still enjoy getting up in the morning, going to pick. I really enjoy starting all of my crops from seeds. Whether it's eggs from our chickens, honey from our bees, the breads that we bake in-house every day, and the bacon and the hams, or produce from our garden. I think that when you come to Zinn, you're getting a real taste of the homegrown and the homemade.
All right, Pauline, this place has been open since 1999. I mean, it's been around quite a long time in the restaurant world.
Right.
Yeah? Have you been going for a number of years?
I actually first encountered them when I would go to wineries and they would use them as their caterers, and I said, wow, this place is delicious. So I went there, and actually it was a Sunday night that I first went, which they have their skillet fried chicken, which is, oh my word, delicious. It's just nice and crispy. I mean, it's a skillet, so everything's better when you use a cast iron pan, and it caramelizes, and it's a nice crust on the outside where it's nice and crispy, and then the inside is juicy. Any kind of fried meat and fried dough, I'm all over that.
Right.
For the other night, I actually had the crispy duck leg, nice and crispy on the outside, juicy and tender on the inside, just like how their chicken is.
Right.
And it had dirty duck rice, which is so good. So there's like pieces of duck breast in there, and it's like almost like the confit, but it's a little bit fried.
Right.
Bacon in the creamed cabbage, and a lot of people are not a creamed cabbage fan, but it's delicious.
We tried the crispy duck leg too, and I agree with her. The crispiness was there, it was delicious. I'm used to eating cooked rice, but this one had built-in flavors that were just deep and delicious. The only little problem I had is my duck leg was slightly overcooked. But overall, that dish was excellent.
And Omar, you're keeping a little quiet over here. What was?
Well, I had a very opposite experience, actually. The chicken was a little bit dry, and it wasn't seasoned very well. I just didn't get the same kind of experience that you're describing. So maybe I went on an off night, it could be possible. But some of the other dishes I ordered as well didn't exactly hit the mark.
What did you have?
So we started with an appetizer it was this artichoke cheesy dip on flatbread. The problem is they use this brie that, in my opinion, was a little bit too strong. It didn't really complement the artichoke. So, that was kind of a iffy start to my meal.
I had also the artichoke, but what I liked most about the artichoke is that the artichoke was more pronounced. Like, you knew that you were eating artichoke. It was chopped. It wasn't mushed up. So the cheese was just kind of like an added plus. It wasn't like a main star for me, which I'd rather have fresh artichokes straight from Castroville that like I can taste the artichoke.
Well, the New Orleans shrimp to me was the best appetizer on the menu, because not only the shrimp was tender and succulent, perfectly cooked, but the sauce, the Creole sauce, it was so good that we were all scooping up the sauce with our bread on the table to finish it off the plate. We didn't want to waste the drop. It was fantastic. My chunk of lamb with a red eye sauce, it was just the best entree on the menu for me. And the sauce was out of this world. Dipping the bread on the sauce and trying to finish it off, and the meat just juicy and tender, and it was just incredible. It was very even romantic to be able to sit there and enjoy a delicious dinner.
Were you on a romantic date?
No, I was with 3 other friends, but we were just delighted to be there because we tried a lot of their dishes, and it was very quiet. Even when the restaurant got full, we were able to talk quietly at the table, not to shout. We just love sharing and commenting about all the dishes we had. It was fantastic.
Did you have the warm asparagus salad?
And we had the warm asparagus salad with an egg, poached, crispy, and when the yolk breaks in the salad, it just dresses the salad really, really
That converted
nice.
me. I
It
don't
was
like runny
so
egg
good.
yolks. I think
Oh.
it's disgusting, and
I
I
don't
eat
like
weird
eggs
stuff.
other than for breakfast, but this
Eggs
also
make
But it makes it
everything better.
different, yeah. It makes a different
See,
flavor
I
when you
feel
let
that
it
way
run
with
on
bacon.
it.
I feel that way with
This
bacon.
converted me
It was.
too.
I said that. I was like,
it was
oh my
out
gosh.
of this world.
Yeah.
The salad was out of this world.
Are you
with
taking
the-
notes? Maybe
with the
we
egg.
can
Maybe I misordered. I don't know, but you know,
You just got to go back with one of us.
perhaps. But
That's
here's one thing that
Yes.
really kind of got me, which was with the chicken, I wanted a hot sauce, and the lady or my server came back 10 minutes later, not with the hot sauce I wanted, but rather their homemade hot sauce, which she insisted was better, and it tastes like burnt leather, and
wow.
it was just, it didn't help what was already a helpless dish.
Oh, so did you have anything to wash it down though? Any drinks?
I did.
Because
I
they,
had-
they've got 100
So
wines
the best,
by the.
I didn't get wine, but it
Okay.
was super hot that day, and
Right.
I had an ice cold beer, and that was probably the best part of my meal.
What about desserts?
Yeah, I had the candy bar.
Ooh.
And I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. And when I could break into that like Mr. Pitt and cut my candy bar, I was in seventh. It was delicious. There was a chocolate nougat on top of a shortbread, and it just had peanuts on top. So you got the salty again. Salty with the sweet. Yeah,
I'm detecting a theme with you, Pauline.
yeah, it's
Salty,
you know
sweet,
maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know, but it's delicious.
All right, Pauline, this is your spot. Give us a quick summary.
Great place to go after wine tasting. Relaxed, not obtrusive, fantastic food, and you can just enjoy yourself and have a great meal.
All right, and Omar.
Dry fried chicken, horrible hot sauce, probably wouldn't go again.
Okay, and Raphael.
Love the quietness, romantic. Try that lamp of the shank, and the ice cream with a candy bar. I recommend that place to anybody.
All right, if you would like to try Zinn Restaurant and Wine Bar, it's on Center at North Street in Healdsburg. The telephone number is 707-473-0946. It's open every day for dinner. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is around $35.